Hi, I'm Rachel Garner. I'm a senior researcher with Specialty Employment Services. So today let's discuss interview etiquette, which may seem really basic, but given the behaviors we've seen and stories we've heard, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. While everyone wants to be remembered after an interview, being memorable just for the sake of being memorable is usually not a great idea, unless you want to be the topic of a whole different kind of conversation. So here are 3 very basic things to avoid when heading into an interview process. The first is dressing inappropriately. Our general rule of thumb is whatever the company's culture is for dress, kind of take it one step above that. For example, if it's business casual, go ahead and add that blazer. Now, you don't want to take it too far. Our firm recently set up an interview for a candidate for a plant manager position, and she showed up wearing stilettos. Well, that's obviously a bad idea. It shows she doesn't have a good grasp of the physical requirements of the job. So, one step up, but only one step. Also, you want to avoid strong perfumes and colognes. Of course, a lot of people have allergies and sensitivities, but also a lot of people have associations, both good and bad, to certain scents. And you don't want your interview tanked just because you reminded your interviewer of someone they weren't too fond of. Secondly, let's avoid the quirky resume. A quick Google search these days will show you all kinds of interesting and funky layouts and fonts and designs. It's really usually irritating for the hiring manager and a waste of time for you. Unless you're interviewing at one of those crazy young startups where they sit on balance balls instead of chairs, you're really better off just to master a good standard resume that lets your skills and qualifications shine. Don't worry so much about fonts and colors. Last but not least, just don't be strange. Don't bring your mother to the interview. Don't tell offensive jokes. Don't get overly personal with the hiring manager. Just don't do it. We all get nervous in interviews, and you're going to stumble, and that's okay, and that's expected. But just try to be aware of yourself and your behavior and your presentation and keep yourself in check. Also, after the interview, definitely don't pester the hiring manager. It's great, it's expected that you follow up, but there's a line you can cross. Just be reasonable and use good common sense. And really, that sums up everything. Use good common sense, be kind and courteous, and show yourself off to your best advantage.